A broad agreement has been brokered on some key issues in the cross-party Northern Ireland talks. Prime Minister David Cameron said he was delighted a workable agreement had been reached. Irish Foreign Affairs Minister Charlie Flanagan said it sets out a plan for financial and welfare reform. The two main parties, the DUP and Sinn Féin, have said they are recommending the proposals to their executives, but some other parties are disappointed. Some key financial points in the document. The total value of the government package represents additional spending power of almost £2 billion. A final balanced budget by the NI executive for 2015-16 needs to be agreed in January. The executive will adopt in January a comprehensive programme of public sector reform and restructuring. Legislation will be brought before the Assembly in January 2015 to give effect to welfare changes alongside further work to develop and implement flexibilities and top UPS from the block grant as part of a package of measures. Implementation of these welfare changes will begin to take place in the financial year 2015-16 and implementation will be complete by 2016-17. Legislation will be introduced as soon as Parliament returns to enable the devolution of corporation tax in April 2017. Northern Ireland First Minister Peter Robinson said he would be recommending the document to his party executive. Of course, every one of us would have liked to have had a more comprehensive and complete agreement, but this is as much and more than we have ever been able to do on these issues in the past, he said. So it is a very significant agreement. Sinn Féin President Gary Adams said the party's negotiations team would also be recommending the proposals to its Ard Choma Earl, party executive. The party's Deputy First Minister Martin McGuinness said the deal had the potential to give the executive a fresh start. And it is a fresh start we need to seize with both hands, he said. I think it's been a remarkable achievement. However, Ulster Unionist Party leader Mike Nesbitt said no party was able to give the agreed proposals 100% endorsement as they all have their own processes, but he said he would ask his own party to give the agreement a fair wind. Alliance leader David Ford said he made it clear to the government that he would accept what was in the paper, but said it did not go far enough to meet the needs of Northern Ireland society. SDLP leader Alasdair MacDonald said he believed the deal falls short and that he was disappointed the document was not as comprehensive as he hoped it would be. Mr. MacDonald said the party was disappointed by parading proposals, while the measures on dealing with the legacy of the Troubles fell short of those put forward during last year's talks chaired by former U.S. diplomat Richard Haass and Harvard professor Megan O'Sullivan. Other key points agreed. A commission on flags, identity, culture, and tradition will be established by June 2015 as the basis for further addressing these issues, to report within 18 months of its being established. Powers to take responsibility for parades and related protests should, in principle, be devolved to the Northern Ireland Assembly. The executive will, by 2016, establish an oral history archive to provide a central place for people from all backgrounds to share experiences related to the Troubles. A new independent body, the Historical Investigations Unit, HIU, will be established to take forward investigations into outstanding Troubles-related deaths. A new body, the Independent Commission on Information Retrieval, ICIR, will be established to enable people to seek and privately receive information about the Troubles-related deaths of their next of kin. The information will be inadmissible in criminal and civil proceedings. The number of assembly members should be reduced to 5 members per constituency, in time for the 2021 assembly election. Arrangements to be put in place by March 2015 for parties which choose not to take ministerial positions in the executive they are entitled to be recognized as an official opposition. A reduction in the number of executive departments from 12 to 9 should be made in time for the 2016 Assembly election. A new process will be brought forward for a more transparent and robust system for Assembly members' salaries and expenses. But Northern Ireland Secretary of State Theresa Villers said it had been a good day. She said a draft agreement for the parties had been put on the table taking on board many hours of discussions and that it was positively received. She said it was a genuine step forward in progress on some of the critical issues in Northern Ireland. Former U.S. diplomat Richard Haass chaired cross-party talks a year ago on the issues of flags, parades and the past. Those talks broke up without any resolution. Mr. Haass said progress on dealing with the legacy of the Troubles was perhaps the most significant element to the agreement. The good thing, I think, more than anything else was that there was significant progress on dealing with the past, setting up these new institutions that will provide mechanisms for dealing with a lot of the unresolved issues, he said. The current talks on welfare reform, the past, flags and parades have lasted 12 weeks.